Rotate your body, shake your body. Thanks for waking up, Epic. So, my wife said the other day she was leaving because I was shaking. You're an odd man. Like, no, not an odd man. And yeah, I'm an odd man relative to people who don't take care of their bodies, who don't allow themselves to feel, who don't allow themselves to take a step back or a step to the side or a step forward, as opposed to just plowing through with what? So I want to look today at what do you do? What can we do when things don't turn out as we expected? It's an insidious one, but shaking itself is always a very simple, cheap, fast way to deal with almost anything, right? So you shake to regulate your nervous system. You shake to feel what you don't want to feel. You shake as a break for your mind. There's a lot of wonderful reasons to shake. Shake in slow motion. What? Shake in slow motion. What's that? Try it. Shake in slow motion. Yeah, it's forced, it's weird, it's imaginative. But the idea is by slowing something you normally would do, or not normally do, down, you get very present. So notice the details about your breath, shaking different directions. Anything stiff? Okay. So what do you do when what you were expecting doesn't work out the way you were expecting? And what if you weren't aware that you were expecting, you were just going for something because that was the right thing to do, or you needed to, or you needed to achieve the thing, or it was a standard, or it was an expectation, or it was a should, or you promised something, or it was an obligation, or you're responsible, or you felt burdened by it. You need to move forward, you need to move forward, you need to move forward. Sound familiar at all? And then for whatever reason, it doesn't work out the way you wanted, you're not going to be in the position you were expecting. You're not going to get the responsibility or the results that you needed, and on and on and on. Lots of story, which is fine. Drop into a mini squat and back up. I'm inviting you right now to feel what's in your legs. Strength, power, tension, stiffness. Your legs, your toes, bottom of your feet, ankles, calves, knees, quads, hamstrings, glutes, mid back, all this is working together at the same time, like a system, without your orchestration too much, your coordination too much, to make this movement happen. Now, what expectations do you have when you're doing this movement? Now try this. As you drop down, shift into one side, and as you drop down, shift to the other side. So same movement with a little bit of a bias towards one side. You don't have to do anything with your hands. You can do something with your hands, but more importantly, what do you expect now that you're doing the movement? What are your expectations of the movement? What are your expectations of yourself? Now, I'm guessing it might be like, I have no idea. Good. Now, if you do have some, good. Notice that. Do you expect yourself to do it right? Do you expect yourself to do it because Alex says so? Do you expect yourself to feel better later? So, what do you expect that you're not really planning to expect? It can be a really good indicator of what you tend to expect when you're doing things, or at least give you some awareness that we're always expecting something, and sometimes we're confused. Okay, so next, we're gonna go down and up and then down and up. Now this one, it makes a lot of sense to add your arms in some way. If you're more athletic, it might be more intense. It could be more dance-like, be soft. So with your arms, you start to express. And what you express depends a lot on your attitude and what you expect and what you want and how you want this to go and how you like to be and a lot of other things. So find an expression with your arms that pleases you for no other reason than it pleases you or it's interesting or whatever your reason is. And then to go slow, there's a certain amount of conscious awareness and effort and not quite thinking, but it's slow. Just loosen up whatever tensions there are and find a rhythm that's based on your body. Smoothness, lightness. What I'm inviting you to find right now is a movement pattern that feels good for its own sake. Something that you want to keep doing. Now, that includes you can adjust the pattern and do something different with your hands. But nice rhythm, sustainable, something that feels good, something that's using your whole body. Okay, release, relax. So one of the lessons there is that we're always having expectations. Some may be useful or not. Our speed change matters. Whether we're using our whole self matters. And that almost every movement pattern has a version of it that is renewable, sustainable, and delightful just for its own sake, which can pull us out of the expectation, out of the focus on the result and the outcome, which is really great because right now that we're done with the move, do you have any grief that you're done with the move? No, you just did the move. You got the benefit of the move. That was the whole point. Yes, it has some benefit going further and it changes your body and it's going to make you feel better for the day. That's fantastic. And it's over. We can move on. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to grieve it. We don't have to judge ourselves. We're not ashamed of it. And on and on and on. Why isn't it like that when we do projects, when we have goals, when we're trying something new, when we're trying to impress someone, we're trying to get someone's approval, we're doing a job interview, we're doing a project, we're doing a sales pitch, we're creating a book, and on and on and on. Because there's a lot of expectations, even when we don't think there are. At least that's one piece of it. So I invite you now to think about something that you have been going for, or you tried to go for, or you tried to do, it didn't work out exactly the way you did. We're going to do the same movement that you just did. We're just do it the renewable way. So we're going to put those two together. The friction, the frustration with the past and the promise and all the rest of it, and the remembrance of, oh yeah, I can do things for their own sake and enjoy them. So here you go. Down and up, down and up. Release your breath, release any effort. Add just a little bit of something interesting to it. And you're free to change that as you go. And once the movement is in place, think back again, oh yeah, the thing I was going for that I tried. And say to yourself, I'm not that. Huh? What? I'm not that. That thing that you did, that project, that goal, that necessity, that obligation, that hope, the result, all those things. I'm not that. Say, even if I have had expectations, I am not that. Make the movement just a little more interesting. Get present with what you're doing. And again, think about the thing. I am not that. Now, your body might start to give you some other clues of what you could do with this interesting movement, a little less sustainable, a little more creative. And that is the pattern of taking that thing, recognizing a part of you can always continue, can always be present, can always find some new interesting pattern. But as you actually disidentify from the expectations, for the most part, that you had, and your needs, in a gentle way, it actually just becomes a new creative fuel and force. And that just show up as a pattern. And that's going to be possible behaviors, because who you are now, what you are now, is someone that has metabolized all of those expectations, thoughts, and experiences. And here you are, better off for it all. Maybe a little bit pained, maybe a little bit hurt. Overall, more capable. Overall, with more to offer. Overall, with more presence.